Okay, Geno, there's been some great sound bites from you throughout the offseason, and one of them was Ryan Grubb comes in with this new offense, and you say, I'm seeing plays I've never seen before. Can you help the average fan understand better what that means?
As we all know, the college game is very innovative. And, at UW, this past season, and wherever Coach Grubb's been, I mean, he's been, just an innovative coach who's found new ways to attack defenses. He's always looking for new wrinkles and just helping us gain that edge as an offense. And so, just having a new coordinator, a new system, a new philosophy, just the way that he's doing things, and some of the plays, are plays that, we haven't seen at this level. And so without giving too much away, man, I think it's special to be a part of it, just with this offense, the players around me, like I said, the coordinator, the coaches that we have now. I just feel super blessed just to be in this position.
Top Billin of Town Murph.
Top Billin villains.
Yo, top Billin villains. Man, your boy Grubb at Geno's is doubling down on the Ryan Grubb superlatives. I knew when I saw this interview here that they would ask him about those superlatives, and I thought he would backtrack and be like, yeah, maybe I misspoke, or that's not really what I meant. But man, he went full scale on it. He thinks the world of your man Ryan Grubb. And you can see him beaming with confidence as well. Hopefully your boy Grubb is able to make sure that your man Dennis Rodman Jr. himself is able to be worked in the yards after the catch game. Everything doesn't have to be downfield. If they start working that man in the yards after the catch game, along with the Jackson Smith and Jigba, letting Tyler Lockett do what he does, get invert like that, using your man Jake Bobo and Noah Fant and all those running backs we talked about. Come on, man. What are we talking about, right? Ryan Grubb has a buffet of weapons that he can use, and if he's that innovative that Geno Smith is talking like that, man. Eat at Geno's talking about the success that Ryan Grubb had at the University of Washington, and even stops prior to that, definitely has to instill confidence in the entire unit.
He says you and Sam have been just outstanding and awesome to work with, and that's a credit to really back in the day where you were tagged as kind of a football nerd. Does that help you, having that kind of a study of all this new offense, help you kind of learn it faster?
Yeah, good thing for me is, I like to learn, I like to study, and so that's something that I do on a daily basis, and it does help you. Repetition is always going to be the father of learning, and so for me, it's just about continuing to do the little things like writing notes, taking detailed notes, and just being on top of it every single day, and really paying attention to every single thing that Grubb says, and just the way he wants things done.
A consummate professional. Those are the people who are ever improving at their craft. Your man, Eat at Geno's, no doubt about that, showed me a lot. When people were talking about his inability to get through progressions, which I thought was dumb, when he actually had the time, you could see him maneuvering in the pocket, chaining through progressions, able to hit his tertiary reads, work on dump-offs and all that there. That man is constantly in the gym. And they labeled him, right, what did they say, a film nerd or something like that? The gentleman who was interviewing him said. So think about that there. That'll be a match made in heaven if you're a guy like Ryan Grubb and you yourself are a gym rat, having a gym rat quarterback who's a veteran that's seen a lot of ball. Yeah, maybe that in turn instills confidence in Grubb to simply let it loose and be himself. But I want to know, when is Geno Smith going to get credit for the mental portion of the game? It's clear that the man thinks the game through. You have people all over the league saying this type of stuff about Geno Smith and his ability to think the game through. You can tell by the way that he talks and some of the stuff that he says. He's also a very good leader, but man, people continue to pan the guy. Only referring to those who it applies to, because by and large, I would think that most people are behind your man Eat at Geno's.
One last question for you. We take you back to the offseason. You posted the fastest time. You were on the board as the fastest offseason time for the Seahawks.
Didn't last long.
How'd that happen?
Well, I would say training. I would say I've been training. As soon as the season was over, I was very disappointed we didn't make it to the playoffs, and I really took it out on myself. I just beat myself up in the weight room, on the field, just trying to push myself, trying to push my body. They say I'm getting up there in age. I don't feel it, but, you know, they say I'm getting up there. So to me, it's just a chance again to prove myself that I'm still getting better at this age. And although it didn't last long, man, it was a one-day thing, and the next day they all were running 22 miles per hour just to show me.
Still, that's pretty cool, though, and it shows, we see on social how much you work out and how dedicated you are to it. So that, you know, that's a guy who takes his off-season serious.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that's pretty funny right there. So him having the fastest GPS time for a day definitely reflects some of the stuff that you saw from him last year. Just using his legs a lot more, right? People, when you don't like somebody, they will just pretty much say anything. Just like I had a comment to talk about Sam Howell, right? My man Yosemite Sam saying that, oh, he's a way better athlete than Geno Smith. And I was like, what? Like, come on, man. Like I said, when you don't like somebody, you will say just anything, right? Geno Smith ran a 4.5 at the combine, right? Something like a 4.57 and 4.5. Something, I'll put it up here on the screen. And your man Yosemite Sam ran a 5.7. Now, I may not be the brightest man in the world, Cletus, but I sure know what love is. Right? No, I'm just saying that's a pretty drastic difference in athleticism. But not to start anything like that, because we're not gonna have anything like that on the channel as far as the Seattle coverage goes. Again, I didn't like Drew Lock. I've never liked Drew Lock. I covered Georgia my entire career, or most of my career, and that spanned Drew Lock's entire time at Missouri. I did not like him in college. I did not like him in Denver. I do not like Drew Lock, and I do not like green eggs and hams. But I do like my man Yosemite Sam Howell. So all the goofies were running around with a narrative trying to combat my narrative. Yeah, you can let that go right there, because I don't have those particular hang-ups in life. That's your problem. So if your man Yosemite Sam is the answer eventually, it is what it is on that front. We shall see. But for Geno Smith, man, having that dude talk about how he jumped back in the fray and how he was motivated and how he was fired to get up in the gym and all this, that the motivation is there after not having a year quite like the year before. So we shall see how that works out for that man there and for the entire team of the Seattle Seahawks. So it should be very interesting, if nothing else right there. Your man Geno Smith muscle relaxing people like TJ Watt. They're giving your man Ryan Grubb something to grub on. Grub at Geno's. Yep. Fertilizing men mentally. Yaka. Let's get it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.